All right, so what's going on, y'all? Peace to the gods. It is the wavy one here, coming with some information to help you maneuver this matrix. Now, this is going to be a video about credit, a very basic intro video. Mostly just going to be reading some definitions here. You know, with me, I'll probably throw in some opinions, based on the knowledge that I already know. But yeah, for the most part, if you want to exist in this matrix here, in this system, if you want that to be a little bit easier, something like knowing credit is going to be beneficial for you. Now, I know, yes, us as spiritual beings, beings of light, of energy, right? Like, this shit is like so beneath us. But at the same time, we can't be complaining, that, things around us are weird or strange or whatever. And then actively just not even look into this stuff at all. It's like, yeah, it's I we could have that talk, right? We could have that talk, like fuck credit, all this stuff. But definitely for us witches and wizards, and for the for the muggles as well, this is something worth looking into. So right here, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, it's a government website. Unlike the credit bureaus, which Equifax.com, if it was a government website, it would say Equifax.gov. That is just to point out that the credit bureaus, right, are not government agencies. Just like the Federal Reserve, or, United States Postal Service, privately owned companies. But anyway, the power of words, that word magic. So anyway, what is a credit report? A credit report is a statement that has information about your credit activity and credit situation, such as loan paying history and the status of your credit accounts. Most people have more than one credit report. Credit reporting companies, also known as credit bureaus or consumer reporting agencies. I prefer to call them consumer reporting agencies. You might figure that out in a little bit. But collect and store financial data about you that is submitted to them by creditors such as lenders, credit card companies, and other financial companies. Creditors are not required to report to every credit reporting company. Lenders use these reports to help them decide if they want to loan you money, what interest rates they will offer you. Lenders use your credit report to determine whether you continue to meet the terms of an existing credit account. Other businesses might use your credit reports to determine whether to offer you insurance, rent a house or apartment to you, provide you with cable TV, internet, utility, or cell phone service. If you agree to let an employer look at your credit report, it may also be used to make employment decisions about you. Credit reports are often contain the following, you know, stuff there. You can come to this link. I'll put it down below so y'all can check that out. Now let's go over here to Cornell, right? Because that was what is a credit report, right? What is a credit report? Now, what's a consumer report? Which is, I can tell you now, is a more broad term, right? But anyway, a consumer report is is background information collected by consumer reporting agencies and used by employers and creditors in determining whether to hire or loan to an individual. A consumer report can contain a wide variety of information, including credit history, past bankruptcy, judicial records, employment records, and even online activity. This information can only be accessed with approval from the individual and is highly regulated by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. Some states add restrictions to what can be collected by employers, such as credit history. Now, I want to point out this line right here. This information can only be accessed with approval from the individual, right? So there's actually a way. I mean, once you get into this stuff, that it's common knowledge. I'm kind of propping it up like it's some big secret. It's really not. To those who read, it's not a secret. And to those who don't, you know, everything's a secret because if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. Don't know who said that, but I'm sure you could look it up. I'm not going to do it right now. But the information can only be accessed with your approval. If you contact these people and say, "Hey, I don't want you to give out my information," legally, what does it say? Highly regulated by the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They are not supposed to give out that information. And then also, if they do, there's ways to take them to court and get money. But I'm not going to get into all of that right now. A little bit outside of the scope of what I want to talk about here, which is the basics. Now, as you saw, consumer reporting agencies. We need to know the definition of everything that we come across because that's just going to help you to better maneuver everything that you come across because you will have an overstanding, a greater overstanding of what these things actually are, and you won't just be guessing. Now, consumer reporting agencies, an entity that furnishes consumer reports, including those that compile and maintain files on consumers in a nationwide basis, and those that do so restricted to certain categories of records, including medical records or payments, residential or tenant history, check writing history, employment history, or insurance claims. These are called nationwide specialty consumer reporting agencies. CRAs also include resellers that repackage reports for banks and other third parties. CRAs may include creditors, data brokers, collection agencies, check approval companies, attorneys, alternative credit bureaus, etc. So now, pretty much this one says, credit reporting agencies, they furnish consumer reports. They're the ones who get the information together and they can give it to certain people. There's different kinds. Some people only report on medical records and payments, some residential or tenant history, et cetera, et cetera. Now, a credit report is also going to be a consumer report, but you're going to have that credit score on there. And people who deal with credit scores, one of the big three, right? Equifax, not a government agency, right? They have no right to your data. They are a data collection company. They collect data, right? They are not special in any way, shape, or form, right? Now, they have on their website, what is a credit bureau, right? The three nationwide credit bureaus do not make lending decisions. The credit bureaus receive information from your lenders and creditors. Regularly reviewing your credit report is important to ensure your information is accurate and complete. That's definitely a big one, especially if you got some information on there that you might not want to be on there. So, but anyway, get into the meat and potatoes, right? The meat and potatoes, or I don't even eat meat and potatoes. Well, I eat potatoes, but anyway. You're getting too specific here. The simplest answer is that credit bureaus like Equifax are data collectors. Right on their website, they collect data. That's all they do. That is their job. They collect data. They put it in one place for other people to see. They're not special. Um, Credit bureaus, also known as credit reporting agencies, do two things. We compile your credit history based on your credit accounts using your social security number, mark of the beast, right? Or other identification information. Mainly the social. It's mainly the social. Maybe if you got a phone number or an address, something like that, then they can also use those. Okay. Um, but yeah, it's mainly that mark of the beast, Social Security, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the New Deal, welfare, state socialism that they're using for that purpose. That's why you should get a CPN and start a business. You know, own nothing, control everything. It's what the freaking elite do. Why don't we do it? Right? Instead of complaining about the elite all the time, how about you take notes? Right? But I digress. We provide your credit information in the form of credit reports, consumer report, to lenders and creditors to help them determine your credit worthiness. We also provide credit reports to you so you can better understand your credit situation. Your credit history, including factors such as your payment history and your amounts owed, are used along with other factors to calculate your credit scores. Nice. Now, essentially, do the three nationwide credit bureaus make lending decisions? No, they don't. Um, where do credit bureaus get their information? Credit bureaus use different sources for collecting information, and not all third party reports to the three major credit bureaus. This means that each of your credit reports may contain different information. Creditors keep the credit bureaus updated with your account status and payment history, two factors that contribute to your credit scores. Speaking of credit scores, there are many different credit scoring models used by credit bureaus and other entities. As a result, your credit score may vary between the three nationwide credit bureaus. That's why they're all different. Even if all of your credit reports are all the same, oh, wait, no. Even if all of your creditors report to all three, while many do, some creditors may report to only two, one, or none at all. So, and we should pretty much know what ends up on a credit report. I mean, if you don't, then I'll put this down below. I'll tell you some of the things that are on there. Now, most people only know of the big three, right? Equifax, TransUnion, and yep, drawing a blank on the last one. Uh, Equifax, TransUnion, no, Transamerica. I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, doesn't matter, right? I'm on the page where it's at. But a list of credit reporting agencies. There's a lot more than most people know about. See, there are more than three credit reporting agencies. You've likely heard of Experian, there we go, Equifax, and TransUnion, the big three, on the largest national credit bureaus. While these are important, there are many more credit reporting agencies that companies also use. We've compiled a comprehensive list of all of the credit reporting agencies that may pose a risk to your credit report. Now you got the most common right there, others. uh, now just the way they were saying how some of them, only report on certain things. You've got right here, these companies here only report on medical. So if you've got any, medical bills due, these will be the people who are taking care of that information. Tenant, boom. If you're renting or something like that, these are the people who will be handling that information. Then you've got some others. I can already tell you there's over 100 different reporting agencies. So employment screening companies right here. Most of these people you've never heard of. Like I've pretty much never heard of any of these people. Then we got some more. Look at there. Look at that. Check and bank screening. So many. Gaming. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Gaming? Gaming. Casinos. That kind of gaming. Okay. Yeah. So real debt. Now, you have all of these companies and they're all important, but specifically, I'd like to point out companies like Innovis, LexisNexis, and SageStream because for the most part, um, when it comes to stuff that isn't necessarily medical or tenant type of stuff, you will have Innovis, LexisNexis, and SageStream taking care of the information that the big three actually are using to create your credit report. So think of the big three, and then you can think of Innovis, LexisNexis, and SageStream as kind of like tier two, the second string or the secondary reporting agencies, while majority of the rest of these people will be, like more specialist companies, right? An interesting thing, SageStream, as of earlier this year, is part of LexisNexis. So that's something to know, something important to know. If you're working with someone who does credit and they don't know that, well, now you know it and you can tell them and, they should give you a discount. But yes, this was just a basic thing about credit. Um, it's like, hey, why make this type of video? Why do you make these types of videos, Wavy? Because there's a lot of stuff out here that people need to know and they don't know. And guess what? Most of them aren't looking at my fucking channel, but hey, for the person who does, for the adept, all right? For the for those who want the secrets of the universe, right? And they're willing to put in a little bit of work. Well, hey, my channel is the perfect place for you. Not only do you get not only do you get education here, but you also get entertainment. And then I'm teaching people about health. I'm like, yo, I'm putting people on mad game. Mad game. The game, it's mad, bruv. I can't believe it. Is he mad? He must be. This is crazy, right? But I'm putting y'all on mad game. And hey, someone's gonna appreciate it. I appreciate me because this helps me to do my study, right? So I appreciate me. Those who respect it will respect it. Everyone else, you probably won't have as much money as the people who take the time to learn these things. And yeah, money isn't everything, but hey, as long as you're living in this system, you might as well have some of it, right? And know how to easily get to it. But anyway, that's all I got. I wanted to record this video for a while. I was putting it off. Don't put things off. So yeah, that's it. Comment, like, subscribe. I love you all. Peace, power, breath, all that good stuff. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Hasta luego, mi amigo.